EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner, and beside me is my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo here in the state of Arizona, getting set for a wonderful day of golf. The Grand Canyon is the site for the action today. And Frank, how about this golf course?
Amazing, Rich. From a design point of view, absolute genius. But if you're like me and suffer a little bit from vertigo, don't look down, because the cliffs all the way down to the Colorado River, well, it's an enormous drop-off. So ball that doesn't find the fairway, you'll be re-tanned.
All right, Frank, we are ready to go, and this is a big, bold opening hole.
Most people would probably bail out to the right. If you do that, then that rock pile that you can see is definitely going to be in the way of your second shot, so you're going to have to go around it. So you have to be brave straight out of the gate and hit it slightly left of that. But don't miss it, because you'll pay a big price.
Yeah, let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one. Wow. John Daly, take a back seat, big fella. How about that drive?
Is it stopped yet? It's still going.
Wow, Frank, look at that one run, how it just blistered that tee shot.
Well, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Settles in over the putt. -1 in the early going. Frank, this requires one good, solid shot.
Your driver might be too much, given this altitude, so you just have to lay back a little bit.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, how about this start? Birdie, birdie to open the round. Frank, the other thing is the intimidation factor here. I mean, everywhere you look, there is huge trouble.
You consider the first 3 holes. Big tee shot across the canyon, long par 3, and then you get nearly a 700-yard par 5.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
She really hit that tee ball nicely. It is in perfect position, and now she'll have a chance to capitalize. Second from an excellent lie. Well, Frank, as we know, golf is not played generally on a flat surface, and here we go, uphill.
Yeah, and the uphill lie is going to guarantee you more loft than normal. So you're going to have to counteract that with maybe an extra club. Oh, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A third straight birdie.
Some good playing.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Locked in on the read and the speed. So, 2 under early on.
Well, Rich, believe it or not, there's a little sliver down that right side. You could play a little pinball down there if you do get in trouble.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Setting up for an approach shot here.
Should be safely on deck.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Shouldn't be a problem here. Well done. Another birdie, and now 3 under par. Well, Frank, there is a downhill shot, and then there is this at the par 3 fifth.
Big change in elevation. Drop shot par 3, you would normally say, but the length of the hole, around 230 yards makes that a little bit longer than a drop shot. Very, very daunting view. Little oasis surrounds the screen here, as well as those 2 bunkers. Long? Well, you don't want to be long, to state the obvious or the inevitable for some.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That is classy.
They had a chance of going in.
See if she can put a birdie on the card here. Really has it going now. Back-to-back birdies. Well, hop on board, Frank, here at the par 5 6th. There's the moving train.
Hopefully it's the birdie train and not the bogey train. The arches, as the train just passes by, they have to also be negotiated. Catch one a little high and it may be a little too good, and you might hit the top of that. Somehow keep it underneath that, and you'll see the hole start to bend to the left. This par 5 is reachable, but it is going to take some doing. It's a rocky road. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
Really like the look of that golf swing. That has it all. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Third shot, looking for a good one.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frank, 2 is nice, but
3 is even better.
starting to feel it. 2 in a row and 5 under for the tournament. Now the par 4 7th hole, and Frank, really an ingenious design.
It is, just to find a fairway around that enormous rock crop. Would have been too expensive to take the crop of rock out, and it would have been just a boring straight ahead par 4. Now you see the bunker behind the screen. That really protects the shot going slightly long from going into the canyon. A lot of different ways to play it. You can play it as a layup, then the second shot across the rock crop, or get a little inventive and try and carve one to the right off the tee. A little ambitious maybe.
How about that bunker behind the green? That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, this is the way you draw it up. This is how the game's supposed to be played.
Yeah, so far everything going according to plan.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Well, this is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Just a little tap in here. Count it as 6 birdies for the day. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th hole here at the Canyon, length and accuracy are paramount.
They certainly are, Rich. Obviously, some of the longer hitters might be able to reach this hole in 2, even though it's over 700 yards. For the mere mortals, though, a little unusual feature here in the second shot area. If we look ahead, 2 bunkers on the right side that are adjacent to that rock wall on the right. And that, well, you actually need a step ladder really to get into those bunkers. They look like 2 little basins filled by sand. We hopefully don't see anyone playing out of that.
2 ways to take a bath here. You could take one left in the Colorado River, not advisable, or you could take a sand bath over there on the right. And this is looking really good. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. How about this? This would be a 5th consecutive birdie.
Oh, it's not fair. It's not fair.
Starting to fill it up now. 2 birdies in a row and 7 under for the championship. Finishing up the front side here with a mammoth par 4.
Anything other than straight, too. It really does suit up for a drive that bends left to right, so it's going to move to the better side of the fairway. There is that rock crop, really, that saves you from going down in the canyon. But from there on in, that second shot, doesn't matter what level of player you are, to hit to a green that just sits out or juts out off the edge, That is some scary second. I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up, get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
The second shot now to the par 4.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Long putt here. This will require a good touch.
Whoa, what a bonus.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Well, downhill, Frank. Want to play the ball, what, a little further back in the stance, take a club less? Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well played here, went straight for the flagstick, and she will have a nice putt coming up. Well, Frank, we've heard of lucky sevens. Nothing lucky about this run. This has been spectacular.
Just pure genius out there at the moment. This is something to watch. So, fingers crossed, 7 in a row.
Here at the par 4 11th, that green tucked back behind the canyon wall, Frank.
Yeah, it's not overly long. Once again, though, we're going to need a nice tee shot. This hole bends in the opposite direction to 10, slight dogleg to the right, so the canyon is on the left side, and that green's so well protected by that little crop of rock that's in front.
Hold on here a second. She is winding up for a big one. She wants to smash this far as she can hit it.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways.
That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today. Rich, I'm starting to lose count. This is just birdie after birdie.
It's all-time stuff. I mean, this is territory we just don't visit very often. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Now to the par 3 12th, Frank, and obviously there is trouble yet again on the left, and if you miss it to the right, you're not going to be pitching off of a soft piece of grass.
No, you're not. Fortunately, though, this is the shortest of the 4 par 3s here at the golf course. Left, long, in trouble. Fortunately, that bunker might save a few shots from going to what would be an even bigger problem. But at that yardage, there is a chance to make 2. It's not a big target, but anything on the putting surface really is going to give you a birdie opportunity.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Now the 13th hole, and all kinds of challenges here, Frank.
Yeah, another par 5. This one, some fun in front. Find the fairway, and of course that second shot across the little oasis up here in the mountains to a green that you would normally say is an island green. Excuse that. There are rocks and all sorts of things around, but that second shot, just to have a chance to reach this par 5 and 2 is one thing, but look at the danger that's around it. Waterfalls, water. It's a very, very severe price if you don't find this green with your approach shot.
This is one of the greatest par 5s in the world, isn't it?
Oh, without doubt, you'll never see another hole that looks like this one.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Well, this will be the third shot here, about 110 yards away.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Safely aboard. Just a couple of feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, what's cool about this hole is on that third shot, presumably, I don't think anybody can get home in two at about 900 yards, but on that third shot, there's just no two ways around it. You have to fly it over the canyon.
Rich, I'm scared of heights. I can't afford to look to the right there. That is a massive drop-off down the side there, and when you're looking at that third shot going across there, that is, well, you take a deep breath, hopefully just look at the flag. And then even when you hit it on the green, you've got to walk across that. But that is an enormous drop down to the Colorado River. Second shot.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? You hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. This is the par 4 15th, and again, just a spectacular backdrop here, Frank.
Well, there's the player's view there. You can just use the mountain with a little boulder on top, really. It's a great line. You can see the big rock crop on the right. That really protects the right side of the fairway. So the more you look at it, the more complicated it gets. So really you want to simplify it. Just straight down there at the tall rock crop. That's your line. Hit it far enough down there, you will have a full view of the green for your second shot. A little short, well, you might have to get a different line.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Well, this is the kind of strong wind that will really test a player. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That is classy.
That had a chance of going in.
Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Has this one for par. 13 under on the day. Now to the par 4 16th hole, and Frank, again, the canyon comes into play. The wildlife is out here. We have the hot air balloons with the gallery gathering in just the most unusual setting I have ever seen.
This is an absolute bizarre hole, really. It just turns around. It's in the shape of a U. And the best view of that green, really, is to drive it all the way down the corner and down the right side. The right side, of course, is the closest to the canyon. There's a lot of wildlife up the top here. Not only that, but this hole also plays uphill. So this is probably the hardest tee shot on the golf course.
It's almost like a question mark, and you have to be asking yourself,
The question.
what in the world am I doing out here? How do we play this? Just enjoy it. Birdie try up next. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now to the 17th, Frank, and obviously a really tight driving area.
I've seen corridors that are wider than this one. The hole's not overly long. That's the positive side of it. But it is, without doubt, incredibly narrow. Now, you can play pinball here because left off that mountain should come back down, and right should also come back down. So we might see a little bit of pinball, but somehow get it in between those two, and it will leave you with a second shot to a green that pitches slightly back towards you.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
But now a chance for a birdie. This has a good ring to it, minus 14. And now to the finishing hole.
A monster par 3.
Hello, where are we, Frank? Where's the green?
It is down there, that's for sure. Bunkers short and behind. They'll really help you if you misjudge your club selection. Apart from that, there is a green down there. Anything other than that will be a trouble.
This one has a chance to be close. So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie.
Really? This is that awkward length.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Good putt. Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to keep it